know you as this poster guy who you can see on the screen right now.
Never force an idea. Never start a startup just for the sake of it. First $5 ever that I earned. Below that, I used to put a line that PS, I am building a community.
Right.
If you are interested, all these free resources and stuff.
1 million impressions.
Yeah, like I wasted most of that money. 2-3 lakhs I totally wasted on just building a product.
So
No
you'll
one
call it
was
a
using
failure?
it.
Okay. Hired your senior as an intern.
Right. If you can use AI to reject me, I can also use AI to give my interviews. Some guy who just optimizes loading speed of a page from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Then
Ouch.
you have to go out of your bubble. And dear young Maunil, the time finally has come.
Welcome to Dear Future Historians, your 21st century time capsule. We're sealing away the stories of today for the curious minds of tomorrow.
Dear future historians, welcome to Season 1, Episode 3 of your favorite podcast where we discuss about technology, marketing, science, and everything in between. This podcast is meant to be a time capsule. It's meant for people who are not even born yet. It's meant to give you a snapshot into the 21st century, what life was like growing up here, and what the overachievers of today's day and age were up to. With that being said, we have yet another overachiever on our podcast today, who is none other than Maunil Parikh himself. Is this your first ever podcast?
Yes.
Wow, first of many, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for having me on board on this podcast.
Absolutely. So, for those of you who don't know, Maunil is one of the very few people who has built a successful and profitable startup while still being in college. You might have heard of Stackwalls. For those of you who don't know, Stackwalls is a marketplace of freelancers where startups from across the world can find the best possible talent for their next project. Now, this might have sounded like a promotion, but I said that from memory because Maunil here he's the best when it comes to marketing and branding. Maunil created the startup in his first year and he has been profitable since day one. Not only that, Maunil has recently pivoted into the world of AI and he is creating AI agents with 100x bot. So, Maunil, where do you find the time to sleep amongst all of these things?
Well, I do.
You do? Okay. How many hours of sleep is it that you're getting?
No, I'm able to make 8 hours of sleep. Well, if I was in college, it would have been a whole different story. But yeah, things are a bit different now.
Okay, so now you finally started prioritizing your health now that things have gotten into motion. I have a question for you. And
Sure.
I think a lot of our audience watching this might have the same question. It's that how does one start a startup? How does one get the idea of starting up? How does one validate that idea? How does one even know that it's the right thing for them to do or if it is their calling? So let's go back to 8th grade Maunil Parikh, who was simply a freelancer on Fiverr and Upwork. And from 8th grade Maunil to college first year Maunil, who started a company, to Maunil currently, who's now building AI agents. What was your journey like? And just walk us through your process.
Sure. So glad that you asked this question. And coming to your first point, which was how does one get the idea? So I believe you should never force an idea. Like you should never start a startup just for the sake of it. So if we go back to my journey back in 8th grade, I simply started with a gig on Fiverr.
Okay.
And I used to design business cards just for $5. So I just came across some random YouTube video that said like how you can earn money through this something. So I just created a gig, and for the first 2 months I had no customers. I even forgot that I did something like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Then,
So essentially, you saw one of those YouTube videos that most of us see, how you can actually make money online. But the difference is you actually executed what you saw.
yeah, I mean, I was curious and I was just exploring. So I took action and yeah, it rewarded me. Like I didn't worry about anything after going there. I got distracted and started doing something else. But after 3 months, I get this notification that you have got some order. It was an
Okay.
Indian client because, of course, I was designing business card for a dirt cheap price of $5.
Right.
And I didn't even know anything about design. I didn't have any software installed on my laptop.
Okay.
So I just took some designs from Google and Pinterest, and I like sent it to him, and I told him like, this is my portfolio. And he's like, oh my God, I love your portfolio.
Oh, I think this is your confession right here then.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but eighth grade, that must have been what, like 2016, right? Or somewhere around that time. So there was no Canva. So did you use Photoshop, or which software did you use to ultimately design the business card?
There was no canvas, so and I had a 2-day delivery deadline. So
Okay.
in the first one day, like I explored all those. There were a lot of tools basically where you can just edit a template or something
Okay.
online. So I found those tools, and then when I was downloading it, it like fucking gave everything with watermark.
Okay.
So
Oh, no.
I wasn't. I mean, yeah, and that was in bullshit quality. So I would not be able to deliver that. So
Right.
then I downloaded this software called Adobe Illustrator.
Okay.
And then I started like watching YouTube tutorials, and like in 2-3 hours I was able to learn how to design a business card. And I just gave him the design, and he was like, "Hey, I love your work, I want to give you more work."
Wow.
And then he ordered like the gig 2 more times and gave me 2 more business card designs, and
Wow.
he gave me a 5-star review. So,
So-
that was like my first $5 ever that I earned.
Wow, that's amazing. So essentially, there was a snowball effect of how one order led to subsequent orders, and the three things that you did, which separated you from other people your age at that time, was A, you executed on a YouTube video that you saw. B, you showed up. That is when the order came. You actually went ahead, even though you did not know anything. And the third one being that you were a quick learner. You had the willingness to learn. So no matter what it took, in 2 days you delivered the project, no matter what, by hook or by crook. So I think these are the three
Yes.
qualities which sort of separated you from the rest of the crowd.
Yes. And one more thing I would say is essentially, even like if you get your portfolio from anywhere, if you lie about anything in your resume, it's basically lying about yourself in your resume. Basically,
Right.
what I did. But you should have the mindset to deliver something of value. So I was able to do that.
Understood. So that was the story of your first ever paycheck, by the way. $5 in eighth grade.
Right.
So from someone earning $5 in eighth grade to now someone who is making about 18 lakhs monthly recurring revenue, which is phenomenal, I might add. How did you go about actually like starting the company, registering the company? How did you figure out the name, the logo design, or what was your mindset like in first year of college? Because not a lot of people think in first year of college that they want to start a company. So you were unique in that way. So what was it that inspired you to do that?
So let's go back to the time and talk about what made me start the company to answer all your questions.
Okay.
So that we talked about our first paycheck, and ever since then it's been like that I entered into some other niches. I did freelancing there. I like used some other platforms, and I got more clients. And then I realized like one problem, that there is only one Maunil. There's not like hundreds of Maunil. And why am I saying that? There are a lot of freelancers on Fiverr,
Right.
on Upwork. But I started realizing that clients there, they were struggling with good talent, because most of the freelancer, I would say, they are like some scammy profiles from Pakistan, Bangladesh,
Okay, is it?
and Philippines. Yeah.
Wow, didn't know that.
Exactly. And there was no structure, procedure, NDA, contracts, or anything. So really good enterprise clients, they would never trust all these platforms.
Understood.
But I realized like the clients there, they trusted me, and they were like, even if you learn this thing and deliver for us, it would be good, because we don't want to work with this unreliable freelancers.
Okay.
So that made me think, why don't I start a company, and I like provide only reliable teams and only reliable freelancers, like who are basically in top 1%, who won't run away after you pay them.
Right, absolutely. So
Exactly.
essentially, you saw a gap in the market that A, there was no regulations, B, there was no quality control on the kind of freelancers that might be available. So you focused on these two problems. So if I recall correctly, you said there were not a lot of Maunils. Now, how does one find a Maunil, or how does one find someone who's high agency, or who is the top 1% freelancer, as you might say? So what was your process of acquiring a user base of 15,000 freelancers in your community? How did you go about that? Where did you find 15,000 such people who might be interested? And then how did you filter out and find the top 1% out of them?
Interesting. So that is something that took me like 3 years basically.
Okay.
So yeah, but broadly speaking, to start, I started with a community, and how I built that community, it was totally through personal branding on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn. Okay.
On specifically on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example as well. Uh, so I started basically this community called No Coders. I did not put any Stackwalls branding on the community, on whatever post I use, because essentially people don't care about your company. People care about you.
The value and you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I did was, while starting this community, I created a resources for no coders, basically a library that has all this wonderful no code tools, and along with the pricing, if you want to build, let's say, an internal tool, you should be using Airtable. If you want to let's build an MVP fast, you should be using Bubble. You should be
Okay.
using software for this. So all that value I provided in that library, and people essentially joined because of that,
Right.
because they found value, and they wanted to, like, of course, exchange knowledge with other fellow no coders.
Okay.
So that was essentially the purpose of the community, which was very niche, I would say, because I did not find a no code community or something
Anywhere. Right.
exactly. So I'll give you an example of a post that got me like a lot of members from the community.
Okay.
So basically, I love writing, by the way. So I used to write founder stories on LinkedIn that are very niche.
Okay.
Not the ones Sam Altman and all those stuff. Those you can find on YouTube everywhere, but something
Right.
that you cannot find on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Instagram now. Yeah. all these
Exactly.
places. Okay.
Exactly. So I just used to write all these stories in a very like scannable and a way that would like engage people and that would hook them right from the start.
In a very bite-sized format, in a very snackable content format. You used to
Exactly.
write that. Wow, that's very interesting. So can you give us an example of a specific post, and maybe we can show that to our audience who are watching this on video?
Okay, sure. So I'll give you an example of a post that got me like 4,000 members.
4,000 members.
Exactly. So my CTA was like, join the community, and I
Okay.
had to keep rotating that link because my 4 WhatsApp group got full.
Okay. Yeah, relatable.
Right. So, and that is the post about an IITian girl
Okay.
who like worked at Pizza Hut to beat out her introverted nature.
Wait, so an IITian girl worked at a Pizza Hut. Wow, that's
Exactly.
already very catchy.
Exactly.
Wow, okay, I
So
get
that
it.
was
I
the
get the
hook.
point. Yeah.
And then there was the picture of this IITian girl working at Pizza Hut.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And-
was the image, like the
Exactly.
below the hook. That was the image. Oh wow. Wow, I would definitely click on this, like for the
right,
record.
right. So yeah, you would click on this and you would read the entire story, and at the end, I would introduce her. Ki meet this girl. She's founder of this XYZ company.
Right.
And yeah, so below that, I used to put a line that PS, I am building a no code community.
Right.
If you are interested, we are like delivering insane value, all these free resources and stuff. Please join from the link in comments.
Oh wow, interesting. So essentially, even though the post was not related to no coders, you providing a CTA attracted the no coders who perhaps want to enter into the field or want to interact with like-minded people. You attracted those people to your community via your posts, which went viral.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. So, what was the ratio like? Let's say you get X impressions, and you said you got 4,000 members through that one post. So, what was the number of impressions on that post like?
So that post received 1 million impressions.
1 million impressions.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And out of that, 4,000 people joined.
Right.
So, I guess the mathematicians out there can do the math of what the conversion rate was. But yeah, that's very impressive. From one post, if you're getting 4,000 people. So currently the community stands at 15,000 members.
Right.
And you claim that they're the top 1%. Most
right.
of them.
So yeah, that's when that point of screening comes. Like,
Right.
of course, when a lot of people join, like when the post gets viral, everyone starts joining.
Right.
And
so how do you filter out the Maunil Parikhs from these 15,000 people?
So what we used to do is every 3 months we used to get this cycle of screening freelancers.
Okay.
That if you'd like to join as a freelancer on Stackwalls,
Yeah.
as a listed freelancer on Stackwalls, then you should apply. And like, what are the benefits like? We secure your payments.
Okay.
Yeah, even if the client goes away, we secure your payment.
Okay.
We back you up. That is the like number one differentiator between other platforms and Stackwalls.
Okay.
And we get you high quality projects.
Understood. So you promised the freelancers growth in terms of not basic but high level projects as well as security, because I think in other platforms, if the client backs away, then it's on the freelancer and they've put in the work and they lose money. So how about the clients themselves? So essentially, you being a freelancing marketplace, you're catering to two types of customers. One being your freelancers, the other being your clients. So what is the policy like on the client side, and how did you go about acquiring your clients in the first place?
So talking about the policy, like the clients found it very, very interesting, and that's the number one reason they started working with me. So we built trust on both the sides.
Okay.
I already told you, like we back the freelancer. In the similar way, we were backing the client as well. The number one problem like the client faces while working with freelancer is that if I pay and if he runs away, then I waste my time, I waste my money.
Trust issues.
Right.
Okay.
And
so how did you solve for that? So essentially you're saying if either party walks away, somebody is still getting paid. So where's that money coming from?
I'm bearing that.
Okay, understood.
And,
so did you raise any funds for this, or did you bootstrap this completely?
This is completely bootstrapped. I mean, we did raise from an incubator that was called Pites.
The Bits Pilani incubator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. But that was essentially a grant. And I'd say like I wasted most of that money.
You wasted that money. Does that mean you were going to casinos in Goa, or how did you waste that money?
I wish I wasted on that.
But let's just share with us, what were your learnings like?
Right.
Why do you think you wasted that money?
So like initially when we received funding, what we did is we started like spending it on building a product.
A product, okay.
Yeah, I did not have any community back then. I did not
Okay.
have any clients, and I just wanted to like build a product, build a platform.
So this is first year Maunil, who's kind of naive, who has not started writing LinkedIn posts yet. He just has a pitch deck, a
Right.
fund, like a bunch of funding, and a co-founder. More on the co-founder later, but so you started building a product. And why is that such a bad thing? I mean, I don't get that.
Okay, so I was not in touch with any of my customers, like be that freelancers or be that clients. I
Okay.
did not know their psychology. I did not know anything about them.
Okay.
And all I did is like built a product and spent a lot on tech. I
Okay.
spent in adding new features like which people don't even care, and I wouldn't know if they don't care about that feature unless I
Talk to your
them.
customers. So you were not talking to your customers at all. You were just building something that you think people wanted, but I'm assuming nobody was using it. Is that the reason
No
you
one
call it a
was
failure?
using it.
Okay.
Exactly. Then I figured out like I built a product. I kept adding new features because no one was using it. I kept adding more features. I spent on like very bullshit things, some like high value SSL certificates and
Okay.
all
Okay, understood.
those.
Did you, by any chance, build an AI, Stackwalls AI agent or
Right,
something?
exactly. I built that as well, and like I spent a lot on that as well. So, like, essentially, I would say 2-3 lakhs I totally wasted on just building a product,
That nobody was using.
and nobody was using that.
Oh no.
So then I started with a very simple thing. I realized I need to get in touch with the customers because people like clients, they would come because of me and not because I have this fancy product. No
Right.
one cares about it.
Okay.
And that's
Understood,
when
huh?
I thought like this entire thing could run on WhatsApp. I don't have like hundreds of thousands of clients right now. I can handle this on WhatsApp.
Right.
Freelancer, I can communicate to them on WhatsApp. I can communicate to clients on WhatsApp. I can send them profiles on WhatsApp.
Right.
And that would be the most convenient channel. Why would they go to a random website and select all the stuff and make a checkout and all do all that?
Understood. So essentially, instead of trying to get the customer to come to you, your platform, you went on the platform where the customers were already hanging out, and you brought
Exactly.
your services to them instead of getting them to come to you. Wow, that's a
Correct.
very interesting insight that I think a lot of people watching this podcast can learn from.
Correct.
Right. But I bet the people who are watching this podcast, if you're still on planet Earth and if, I don't know, F1 is still a thing, then I'm pretty sure you guys can communicate telepathically using your Neuralinks. Or maybe children are born with something built into their brains. Is that
That's
possible?
definitely going to happen in 100 years.
100 years? Wait, so coming back to the point of this podcast, it's aimed at people who are watching this, say, in 30, 25, or 2700 year, the year 2700. So essentially, let's get to that later of what your prediction for the future is going to be. But tell me, did you do all of this all by yourself? Did you do all of this alone, or was there somebody with you building this? Was there a co-founder? Was there some mentorship? So tell me more about that.
Right. So here's the most important thing, and here comes my co-founder, Harsh Tiwari.
Okay.
So when I started, I had zero tech skills.
Right.
I didn't know how to build a platform or how to build some kind of automation or, if some client needs like some React guy, some JavaScript guy, some AWS guy, I did not know how to sell to them because I did not have enough technical skills. So I was not able to give that exact solution.
Right.
So I badly needed someone with good tech skills.
Right.
And that's when like I had a pitch deck, I had a domain name, but I did not have a co-founder.
Okay.
So
This is before you raised your first round.
This is after I raised my first round.
Okay, so you onboarded your co-founder, and who was that? So you said it's Harsh Tiwari. How did you meet Harsh Tiwari?
Okay, so in most of the stories you see like you start with a friend or you start building with your roommate.
Right.
But this is different. So what I did was basically I was sure that I need a co-founder who is in Bitskoa.
Okay.
So I can work with him.
Right.
So I went to LinkedIn and I entered BITS Pilani Goa campus, and then I entered the keyword full stack developer.
Okay.
And Harsh's profile came on the top.
Oh wow.
So I just clicked on the profile, sent a connection request, and I sent him a text, very raw, scrappy text. Hey Harsh, saw you are a full stack developer here, and he was like, okay, hi, how can I help you?
Wow. I think if you share it with me, I think I'll show the text on the screen to the viewers right now.
For sure.
So you were, and Harsh was the first person you messaged, and the only person. Is
Yeah, he was the first person and the only person.
Wow.
Because the moment I told him about my idea, he was like, okay, actually, even I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I
wow.
wanted to build stuff. I love building this.
Okay.
So I want to help you build this. So I didn't. I mean, he was not co-founder from day one,
Right.
but he was like in for building stuff. So
Right.
yeah, so like I hired him as an intern.
Oh,
And for the first 2 months he worked, and he worked like my partner, like
wow.
he
So you
worked
hired your senior as an intern.
right.
Okay.
But the relationship, the terms wasn't like an boss employee something.
Right.
It was just like a partner, a team member who is
Understood.
building with me, because
Understood.
he had a specific set of skills I did not.
Okay.
And yeah, I badly needed that. So that's when after 2 months we talked like, okay, I mean, just come on board as a partner.
Okay.
And yeah, there are no salaries, no paychecks, nothing.
Okay.
We just work in a 50-50 partnership.
Right.
And that's how, like, that's when we started as a partner.
So no salaries, no paychecks, no subsequent rounds, no fancy offices, nothing. Just
Nothing.
raw bootstrapping and solving problems real people face. That was your strategy.
Right.
Wow, that's very interesting. That's very interesting indeed. Thank you for describing your journey of creating Stackwalls. So, where does Stackwalls stand currently? It's been what, 3 years since you started? And you're already grown to close to 20 lakh rupees monthly recurring revenue.
Correct.
Where do you see Stackwalls going, and what plans do you have for the future? Because I'm sure most people watching this in the year 2025 at least know you as this poster guy who you can see on the screen right now. This guy who is selling AI agents for what, $1? Is that actually $1?
That was a catch. So it's not for $1. It's free.
It's free. So if it's not actually for $1, why did you mention that you're selling AI agents for $1?
Because if it's free, you are the product.
Wow, very witty indeed. Very, very interesting. So, Maunil, coming back to the present state of Stackwalls and what you're doing in the field of AI agents and 100x bot, where do you see Stackwalls going in the next 5 or 10 years? What do you think of Stackwalls right now? And what is it that you're doing with 100x bot? So let's talk about what do you see Stackwalls as presently?
Right. So Stackwalls is like my asset, something that I've built over past 3 years, and I've built a community. I have the smartest freelancers in India.
Right.
I have really good clients. So that is something that I've built, and that is like giving me a passive income.
Right.
And I want to, of course, scale this to like 100 times, 1,000 times in next 5 years.
Absolutely. Wow, interesting. So, investing in something early on in your life gave you the freedom and the liberty to focus on other things like building AI agents. Because Stackwalls, now, if we look at the business model, somebody else is coming and hiring freelancers, somebody else is actually doing the work. You're just connecting people. So, essentially, you are Facebook, but for freelancing. And who doesn't leak your data?
Right.
So, wow, that's actually very wonderful if we think about it from first principles. So, investing in building this thing allowed you to focus on other things like the AI bubble, the AI revolution, which is going on right now. So, where does a 100x bot come in? What are you guys actually building? How do you contribute to it?
Right. So I am building 100x bot with a Bits Pilani senior. And
So it's like all Bits Pilani only. So if you are looking for a co-founder, it's all Bits Pilani guys. Just FYI, favoritism.
yeah, I mean there is a biasness, I'd say.
Oh, glad you're being honest there. That's great. I guess you're a fan of great quality, man. I mean, that's all I can say.
I mean that is something I can definitely confirm. So I'll tell you what I actually do with 100x.
Okay.
So we want to make building AI agents very, very simple. You see all those videos on NA10 and
Oh my God, don't get
Python
me started.
libraries.
Yeah. Even make.com and NA10. So this is my personal experience. Make.com and NA10, I just, could not figure out where to put the API key or like which is the actual key that I need to put in. Even though it's low code, it's exceptionally difficult for somebody who doesn't have a lot of coding knowledge. And then there's Python. Granted, you can write code which will build AI agents, but you need to be smart and you need to have a lot of technical knowledge in order to debug that code, which takes
Exactly.
me, if not more than 2-3 days, it's borderline impossible for me. So how are you solving that problem?
Exactly. So all those end-to-end workflows, wires, integration, you see that stuff. Essentially, you don't need to be exactly a developer, but you need to have a surface level technical knowledge for automating all this stuff.
Absolutely.
And that gets difficult. Like, let's say if you are an HR, or if you are a growth manager or a product guy, if you want to automate your repetitive task, it gets difficult.
Right.
And there are this agents, ChatGPT operator, and all this different Perplexity Comet browsers and all those as well. But they're not very good.
Okay.
If you do a task there, it may work, it may not work, it may work like 2-3 times, and after that it starts hallucinating.
Okay.
There needs to be a defined architecture for that, and
Okay.
we built that. And
Wow.
now I'll tell you how easy it is to build AI agents using 100x.
Okay.
You just need to download the extension.
So it's a Chrome extension?
It's a Chrome extension
Okay.
for
Oh, wow.
now. Yeah. I hope soon we can place a bid for Chrome as well. And
Oh, wow. I love your ambitions. That's amazing.
yeah, but for now it's a Chrome extension, so yeah,
Right.
it's a third-party thing. But you basically just suggest a workflow. You record yourself doing the task once. My AI watches you do the task. It learns, and the second time it does the task for you.
Wow. So it's like the perfect employee for repetitive tasks.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. So essentially, as of now, it's an employee who's perfect for repetitive tasks. So maybe in the future, when AGI becomes a thing, you guys will be the first ones to replace all of the workforces across the world.
Right. I mean, we have already done that to some extent.
Oh, no.
Where we are not replacing the workforces, but we are like cutting down 80% of their time.
80%.
Yeah, in some use cases.
Okay, understood. So one of the use cases I think which I came across on your website was profiling people and HR solutions, which you are the expert at when it comes to Stackwalls knowledge that you have. So one of the use cases which I saw on your website was screening potential applicants. So tell me about that. How does your knowledge from Stackwalls help in this particular use case? And let's say there are 500 applications and I am an HR who needs to shortlist, let's say 5. So that's like a 1% conversion that I need to do. So what does the workflow of that HR look like?
Okay, so currently the typical workflow of HR looks like they do sourcing first. Sourcing from different platforms like LinkedIn Recruiter.
Right.
Indeed. Depends on the kind of role that you are looking for.
Okay.
And then once that is done, there is assignments.
Right.
And after that, there is interview. And then you make the final call. Now,
Absolutely.
the purpose of this AI agent is not to automate this entire task and give you your final candidate on the plate.
Okay.
The purpose is to automate your repetitive tasks so you can focus on the human element.
Understood. So essentially, you eliminate all the other steps that are before the culture fit round, as it is said in some places. So, from a technical standpoint, the person who's coming out of the 100x bot filtration is already the best person in the market for that job. Now, all you need to do is verify whether they are a good human. Right.
Right.
Okay. Very interesting. So, by this, you're cutting down their time by, you said, 80%.
Right. So recruiter spends like 70 to 80% time just going through thousands of applications. They have to screen,
Right.
shortlist thousands of profiles based on the criteria every day. And that's where like they can just put a laptop, automate that thing, and they can focus on actually interviewing the shortlisted candidates.
Understood. Wow, that sounds very interesting. Well, who knows, maybe a few years down the line, you guys might be able to automate the entire process. or maybe just build agents that replace humans, so this process is not even needed. What do you say?
Definitely. So, like, I've got a very interesting perspective on this. The AI might replace recruiter and start taking interviews as well. But then on the other side, the candidate also might use AI Cluely or some
Cluely.
shit there.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
is an AI war that the
It's a tug of
candidate
war.
would say, yeah, if you can use AI to reject me, I can also use AI to give my interviews
Wow,
or
that's
make my
fair.
resume.
Absolutely. So where do you see the this going, or where do you see the ball tipping, or who do you see winning?
So, in my opinion, this AI war will keep spicing up, and I want to be on the both sides.
You wanna play on the both sides of this table tennis
Right.
AI battle? Wow. Okay.
Exactly, and that's what is happening. That's what is happening currently.
Yeah, true. That's exactly what's happening currently. That was about 100x bot and what it is. Where do you come in? Like, what is your contribution to this project when it comes to 100x?
Right. So, where do I come in? I go to streets and I sell AI agents there.
Doing it the old school way, huh? I see.
Yeah, literally building in public. That's what we do.
Yeah, man, that's hats off to you for that. I mean, I believe in today's day and age, it's the people who know how to stand out can make themselves seen, because attention is the new currency and attention spans are fucked.
Exactly.
So you really have to go the extra mile to stand out and actually get what you want in today's day and age. So one thing you do is stand on the streets and sell AI agents. So can we call your role marketing and growth, or both, or one of
It's
the two?
growth, marketing, operations. Basically, I'm the guy who goes to streets and builds AI agent for them. And like, I'm the guy who builds quirky AI agents just to get viral.
I believe that's just you implementing your intrusive thoughts.
Maybe.
Wow. Maybe, yeah. With great power comes great AI agents. Well, Maunil, I can definitely say your contributions as a growth and marketing expert have really helped 100x Bot get the reach that it has right now. So tell me one thing. You are from an engineering background and you studied economics and computer science. Whereas
Well,
right
I
now,
have not exactly studied, but yes.
wow, thanks to BITS 0% attendance policy, I believe. Yeah.
Thanks to that. That's everything I wanted to start.
Wow. So you owe a lot of things to BITS Pilani's policies and the infrastructure it has in place for young entrepreneurs.
Definitely.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So tell me, Monil, somebody from an engineering college or somebody from any college from that matter, if they want to get into marketing, growth, and such fields, there isn't really a roadmap or a particular college curriculum for such people who are from engineering colleges or from other fields that are not marketing. So how do they get into these fields and how do they excel in them like you have?
Right. So, what I strongly believe is you don't have to focus solely on growth and marketing. You need to have a personality or a skill of your own that people would like to see. Maybe you are someone who is good at finance and people want your opinions on that.
Okay,
That is
understood.
something that will help you build an audience, that will help you grow.
Right.
So just pick a niche and keep doing what you are doing and start recording it. Start building it out in public.
Right. So getting the word out about whatever you're doing is very crucial. But what if I am sort of insecure or I'm not that confident in my own skin to start putting things out in public? What if I'm afraid of people judging me and, if I have not gotten out of my bubble? So what would you say to somebody like that?
I mean, it's harsh, but you need to get out of your bubble. Like, if you don't want to be some full stack developer or some guy who just optimizes loading speed of a page from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, then
Ouch.
you have to go out of your bubble and you have to do stuff. That is something I struggled with as well. And
So you have to do main character shit. There's
exactly.
no way around it. You have
there's
to bite the
nothing
bullet.
around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you have for somebody who wants to break out of this traditional sense of the world where you optimize things from 5 to 3 seconds and create things of their own, as Steve Jobs said, poke bubbles or poke life in a way and something comes out the other way. So, what advice do you have for someone who wants to walk on your path?
All right. So I think the most important thing is execution, and execution while getting out of your bubble. Like most of the people have got this thing wrong. They start like working in a 4 by 4 room, and they think they are building something, they are building a product, and they think that they have this false sense of accomplishment that they're doing something.
Right.
But that's not how it works. If you want to start, don't just start building tech or build a product or something. That is something that can easily be figured out. The most important thing is customer.
Distribution.
Exactly. Distribution, but on a very, very raw scale, or a 0 to 1 path. I would say at 0, it's customer. And by customer, I mean just one single customer.
Just one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you need to start building with that one single customer.
In mind.
Understand
Okay.
what he needs.
Right.
Build a custom solution for him and for free. And yeah, of course, if he's your first customer and if he's ready to pay you, let's say $30 a month for your SaaS tool, or who is ready to be just an active user on your platform, that's
Yeah.
extremely valuable because
Your
now
idea has been validated.
it's been validated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a prime example of somebody who starts out as a jack of all, can later on specialize and niche down and figure out what they really like and double down on that. Because you started off by making greeting cards, you then moved on to websites, and then you sort of created your own firm, which started providing all these services to other people. So, yeah, that indeed was a very fruitful discussion. Now,
Yeah, I mean, tried my hands on everything and here I am now.
you're the prime example of fucked around and find out. Yeah. So you did find out things though about yourself, what you're good at, and how you can make a difference in the world. So I think that's what matters. That's what counts. So enough about tech, enough about marketing and everything. Who is Maunil Parikh as a person? So when he is not selling AI agents on the streets or writing viral LinkedIn posts, who are you as a person? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Let's talk about that.
So yeah, apart from all that AI agents poster holding thing, I believe when I'm not doing all that, what I love is, since you asked, I love traveling.
Okay.
And I did my first solo trip when I was 13.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's when I went to, there's this hill station called Mount Abu.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
And
so,
for the record, I've never been on a solo trip. I am 22 as of
Okay.
August 2025, and I have never been on a solo trip. Ever.
Okay, seems like you have very amazing friends then.
Well, you can say that, yeah.
All right, but I see. Yeah, what happened to your hand?
Oh, this, well, it was just a hairline fracture on my wrist. Happened like about a month or two ago. And it was a scooty accident. And one of my amazing friends was sitting behind me.
No, are they all right?
They're alive. Yeah. So that's you as a person, someone who loves to travel. That's
I
great.
love to travel. I love meeting new people, talking to strangers, making new relationships. And yeah, I mean, that is me as a person and me as a profession as well, essentially.
Right. So your personality is a direct reflection of what you do for work as well. So essentially, there's almost no division between your work and your personal life because it's almost like you're always working.
Very thin line, I'd say.
So, Maunil, as you know, this podcast is about the future and the future historians. But let's do the opposite for now. And let's imagine that you could make a call which is in the fourth dimension, which means you can make a call to your past self. What would you tell first year Maunil Parikh, if you could make a call to him right now?
Okay, that is a very interesting question. So, if I could make a call right now, let's make a call right now. So,
Okay, you want to grab okay, we don't have a phone, but here's a protein bar for you if you want to make the call.
okay, this is my imaginary phone.
Yeah,
So,
it's the phone.
yeah, I'd say, dear young Monal, the time finally has come where I'm speaking to you from a different dimension to which you are in relative. And all I'd like to say is, I'm so happy right now. You are so much worried. So don't worry about anything. Just chill out and keep what you are doing. Just don't say no to the plans. Just go to one more beach, waste one more weekend, go to that one more club, and yeah, man, keep just doing what you are doing because it's gonna take you to the right path. And yeah, don't skip gym, man. I wanted to be ripped by now.
So that's evidence for you folks that even the most successful people have some things they still want to do. Wow, that's great. That's great. So I know that you are a big follower of Steve Jobs and you love what he says, what he has said.
It's been my role model since I was a kid. So
Wow, that's amazing. So Steve Jobs believes in intuition a lot and following your heart. So my next question to you, Monil, is that it's a three-part question. How much of your success do you attribute to luck, hard work, and intuition? So you can give me a number or you can give me an example of how much of your success or who you've become now and who you're going to be is governed by these three factors.
I would say it's 50% hard work and 50% intuition and 0% luck.
There's no luck involved?
I'm not a very big believer in luck.
Okay.
Because there have been times I've been lucky and I've got that random contact from a big company and I've got the client. But I would still give all the credits to hard work.
Because I believe your understanding is that you got lucky just because you worked hard to crack that distribution, which allowed such a company to approach you in the first place.
Exactly. I tried my hands on everything. I tried building relationships at every chance that I got. And because of that, it rewarded me back. Even
Wow.
if I was not going to work with that one client, maybe I could have worked with someone even bigger.
Okay. Wow, that's very insightful. All right, Monil. Coming to the last segment of this podcast before we wrap up. This is a typical question which I ask every single guest. And the question is very simple. Since this is sort of a time capsule or a snapshot of what life was like in 2025 or in the 21st century in general, I want you to make a prediction about the future. So let me give you a little bit of context. If you asked anybody in, say, 1969, when the first moon landing happened, or actually the only human-led moon landing happened, they would have said that in 50 years we would have colonized the moon for sure, and we would have set foot on Mars, and there would be civilizations living on the moon, and maybe they would have started living on Mars. So I want you to think and think really hard. What do you think the future of marketing, growth, and AGI is going to look like, let's say, 100 years from now?
Okay, I mean, that is very wonderful. And personally speaking, I say growth and marketing are going to stay as it is. Maybe the bar would be high because there's AI and stuff. But I think AI would like make its place everywhere in next 100 years. By everywhere, I mean everything would be integrated to everything. Like I don't have a very narrowed vision, but thinking out loud, I think there'll be fucking AI powered cities where there's like traffic lights that is controlled by data that we have on Google Maps, or there'll be like Neuralink that will be integrated and to every human brain. and companies would be able to use that data.
Oh no. Direct access to your brain?
Yeah, I mean, data is going to be the king in next 100 years for sure. In fact, data is the king
Is
right
the
now,
king right
but
now as well. Yeah. Wow. So things are going to remain more or less the same. That's what you're saying. What about 500 years from now and then finally 1,000 years from now? So the people who are watching this, if you're watching this and you've invented time travel, just like come say hi to us by flickering one of the lights in this room right now. Like that can be your signal to us if you're watching this. Like I'll put the coordinates, the space-time coordinates in the description for you. But 500 years from now and 1,000 years from now, these are my next two questions to you. What the world is going to look like?
yeah, 500 years from now, I definitely think we are going to make our space in different planets. And we'll have like civilizations, human civilizations there as well. We'll have people traveling from Earth to Mars and interplanetary travel and dimensions as well. But I wish time travel comes by then. But
Clearly, it
okay.
hasn't. The light
The
did
light
not flicker.
flicked actually.
I did not notice that. Sorry. I'll have to watch. Wait, actually,
I think so in my peripheral vision.
I'll have to rewatch this recording then.
I'll have to rethink about time travel in next 500 years then.
Oh wow. What about 1,000? So by 1,000, you're saying time travel has been invented.
In next 1,000 years, like if you ask me about the next 1,000 years, I'll think of very insane things. Like I think in the next 1,000 years, humans will be immortal.
Immortal, right? Wow.
Not a blessing, but that would be possible.
Like Brian Johnson, immortal.
Something on that lines, definitely.
Wow, maybe his research could really help everybody, right? Or like, did he run out of money? That's what I heard recently.
People would be there to fund him. Don't worry.
Sure.
I'll fund him if I get if I'm a billionaire. I'd fund him.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, Maunil, thank you so much for coming to this podcast and sharing your life story with us. I'm sure it has already inspired thousands of people, and I think through this podcast it can inspire millions more as you continue doing amazing things. And all the best to you. And yeah, I hope to see you on another season of the Dear Future Historians podcast.
Thanks a lot. I really hope someone after 500 years, after 1,000 years also get inspired from this podcast, even if it's a one single person.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having me on board. I love talking to you, loved talking about my journey and stuff.
Wow, man. Thanks a lot, Maunil. With that, I think we can call it a day. Thanks a lot.
Let's call it a
And yeah, that was it, guys. If you like such episodes, make sure you subscribe to this channel or add this podcast to your Spotify liked thing, or just insert some generic self-promotion here. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. And if you're watching this in 30, 25, send us a signal, bro. Like, I'm all ears.